How are you guys doing today? My name is Anima and today we have a live Pokemon team building video for you all to sink your teeth into. This team is actually a randomly generated team made through a handy dandy website which will be in the description, pyrotos.com. This is a very, very cool website. Credit to Pyrotos, of course. You just click a little button and it'll randomly generate a team for you. So if you fancy a bit of voluntary madness, go and click on that and see what it comes up for you guys. So I did this and I like this because it gives me a certain disassociation with responsibility when I come to build my teams, which I really like. So it gave me this combination of Pokemon, and this is in the RU tier, of course. And I saw this team and I was like, yeah! I decided I would at least make the movesets. Because sometimes the movesets, you have the option of making them competitive or not competitive through a little button click, but I thought I might as well try and make the movesets. So, came up with these guys, and I thought, why don't we do a team building video? This is a little after the fact, because I've actually already used this team, but I thought it might be pretty cool to kind of build it again for you guys so that you can see the kind of thought process that went into crafting potential synergy between these Pokemon. So, we ended up with Alomomola, Emboar, Jolteon, Durant, Omastar, and Dragalge, and I was like, with this combination. Settle in, by the way. Go and grab yourself a drink, get comfortable, and come and hang out with me as we make this team work. So looking at this team, I like to run balanced, really. So I was a big fan of this situation of having two sort of potential Wall-E type Pokemon. But I felt like this team needed firepower. It needs firepower, and it needs something to soak up all this stuff. And to this end, having a Alomomola around is beautiful. I love this thing. I think it's the stupidest Pokemon in the world. I love it. I think it's ridiculous. So, as I looked at this, I thought, big threats in the RU tier are Pokemon there are some powerful things there. Let's have a little look-see, yeah? Yeah, we've got some power. We've got the Ambipom, we've got Emboar. We've got the Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee. We got Sharpedo. You know, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of strong physical Pokemon in the RU tier. So to that end, I decided to make Alomomola. Let's nickname appropriately Despair. Yes. I decided to make this Pokemon physically defensive. Oh, the EV spread's here too. Wow. We just skipped a step or five. But no, I did decide to make it... Oh, this isn't completely accurate, it's fine to say. I decided to make it mostly physically defensive with just a little splash of special defense. Just because I wanted to be able to take take a lot of physical hits and not be completely useless on the special side, although that is not a very handsome stat. But I feel comfortable making Alomomola purely physically defensive because nobody else can really take physical hits apart from Omastar. Nobody wants to take these hits, so to that end, Alomomola's got to be ah! And take everything. So sorry. And we do have Dragalge, who can have some kind of special, absorb some special hits to an extent as well, but more on that in a moment. So I wanted Alomomola to be the cleric of the team. So let's give ourselves the bog standard Wish Protect. And now I know what you're thinking. You're like, Anima, that's homosexual. And I'd say, I am homosexual. And you'd say, okay, that's cool. Let's hang out and talk about our feelings. No, you wouldn't say that, would you heartless some bitches? No, you might, maybe you would. I don't know. I don't know where your priorities lie. Do you want to talk about your feelings with me? I don't know. Should I do a hotline? Is that what you want? I'm not sure. Do you have my jumper? This is going to become a stupid segment in every video now. It's soft. It's soft. Watch Anima rub her chest in front of you. There's nothing really there to rub, so don't worry, it's not particularly X-rated. It's soft and it's got these spots on it, so my acne jumper is here. My leopard acne jumper. Ugh, it's so soft, I haven't worn it for ages. What is this? The resurrection of forgotten jumpers. Anyway, completely off topic. So yeah, we've got Despair with Wish Protect. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, Anima. Wish Protect. But this team needs support. Dragalge needs the support of wishes. Everyone needs benefits from this kind of healing. Because, I mean, they're pretty... I mean, Emboar can take hits to an extent if you're running max HP. And Emboar's pretty fat. It's like a big old fat pig. And Jolteon's got good special bulk. Durant benefits from only having one weakness. Weakness! Someone get auto-tune on that. And Omastar is, you know, decently defensive as well. So, I mean, yeah, but it's nice to be able to support everybody because, you know, it's just nice. It's just fucking nice, you know what I mean? So, we got Wish Protect, and in RU, Gligar exists. And you know, you're thinking Stick Scald on it, right? Stick Scald, or, you know, Ice Beam if Alomomola can even get that. Can you get that? You can? Wow. No, do not doubt the homosexual fish. I'm telling you, homosexuals rule the world, I'm telling you. It's gonna offend somebody, I'm sure. I don't care, you're square. So, yeah, I thought of running Knockoff because there are so many bastard walls, and that we'll have like a wall off, you see, and I want to be able to knock off their Eviolite. I don't like Magneton thinking it can switch in on me. I don't like Gligar, like, sitting there with its Eviolite forever. I mean, I could, like, scald it, but it could roost stall me, and I'm not particularly good with my special attack. You see that? You see that? That's 40. Gligar's bulk with Eviolite is ridiculous, so... I mean, it's not the best defense against Gligar, but Knockoff is just so useful. You can get rid of scarves, you can get rid of stuff. Alomomola can always take a hit. You can rely on this thing to take a hit. I mean, maybe not a Specs T-Bolt from Thundurus, but you're not going to be seeing that in RU. Are you? Oh, wow, that was meta. So we're going to have Wish Protect Knockoff, and we're going to have Toxic, because Alomomola is brilliant at Toxie stalling things, and it's kind of like a bit of a last resort for me, or sometimes it's the only resort. When you're looking at a bulky-ass Pokemon that is just so keen to shit on your family, and you're like, I would really rather you not shat on my family. Please, sir, do not put your excrements on my kin. I don't know, don't just keep your excrements to yourself, to be honest. But yeah, so we've got the Regenerator, which is brilliant. Alomomola's so fat, it's ridiculous. And the Wish on Alomomola, this thing is supposed to be an HP fiend. It's supposed to be. Look at that whopping 165 HP there, it's ridiculous. And this means that Alomomola's wishes are going to be half of this massive HP pool, which means you're going to be passing all of that junk all the way across the team, you know, and they're going to get fully healed, basically, whenever you get a Wish. So, this thing, terrible. It's called Despair for a reason. So, that brings us to Emboar, not Leftovers. Haha, I didn't do everything, great. That brings us to Emboar, and I have an Emboar. I have my beloved Purk, who is a mixed Emboar, but special attacking mostly, especially invested with superpower for coverage and stab and stuff. And I liked it, but I felt like that Emboar is really useful in a team where other Pokemon have the raw firepower. Because I mean, Emboar's special attack, it's decent. It's like 100, you know. It's like 100. Ignore the levels right now. This is just for the purpose of looking at the. For actually just constructing the team in the first place. So, I thought we need the raw firepower of that 250 fucking 2 in attack, right? Special attack is decent, as I said, but we want that firepower. We want that kaboom. So, to that extent, I was like, yeah, we need some kaboom. We need va-va-voom right now. So, we're gonna go for a Flare Blitz. We're gonna have that disgustingly powerful attack. We're gonna make it adamant, and, you know, that's brilliant. So I thought Flare Blitz, and of course we need attacks for coverage. I mean, we need to use both our stabs, so we're gonna have superpower. And I really like that. Also, we're gonna have Wild Charge, because we want to be able to whack things that think they can avoid our fight. Well, that can soak up our fighting stab better. Things that are water type as well. You know, that kind of stuff. It's all good. Plus, I mean, having Flare Blitz and Wild Charge does fit in with Reckless, but I don't know why. I didn't have Reckless on mine for some reason, but I think you should probably have Reckless with this. And we're going to have that in Wild Charge and Earthquake. I don't know if that is particularly typical. It probably is, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, you can have Head Smash as well if you want. You know, Head Smash, you might want to replace either Wild Charge or EQ for Head Smash or something. I'd probably be more inclined to replace Wild Charge with Head Smash so you can hit flyers better, but... yeah, I don't know. It fits in with Reckless, but I really like the coverage of Earthquake. Earthquake just hits a lot of things, and Head Smash is cool, but I didn't want to be a complete recoil fiend. And with the Choice Band, you do so much damage, so that's what I'm doing anyway. I mean, it's honestly just my preference. I can't even particularly explain it very well. It's not even like, you're probably smarter to run with Reckless. So run with Reckless if you want that extra damage output. But I feel like with the Choice Band and Adamant, you're gonna basically kill the shit out of most things. Nothing can switch into this comfortably. Nothing can. And that's what I wanted. I wanted a Pokemon that could put immediate explosive pressure on my opponent's team. Bear in mind, I can't change these party members because I'm deciding to run Faithful with the whole randomly generated aspect of the thing. So that's why we're gonna have that. Yeah, we do have a giant weakness to Earthquake as well, by the way. We do have a giant Earthquake weakness, so that also helps to justify Alomomola's fully physically defensive investment, because this thing is going to be needing to take a lot of our hits. We need it to be a good cleric. It's actually really, really lucky that we got Alomomola in this thing. Yeah, in the future we'll... I said that weird. Future! I don't know what accent that was. I don't think it's accent, I think it's just idiot, so... in the future, I'll do the randomizing with you guys so we can all see what I get. I mean, you can choose not to believe me if you want to, that I got these Pokemon, but it's true, I did get them. You can be skeptical if you want to, if you're that kind of person, I don't care. But yeah, no, we got Jolteon. And Jolteon is amazing. And people like to slap specs on him and Scarf and stuff, but my favourite is probably Life Orb. I actually really like Life Orb. I don't really like Scarf that much on Jolteon, because you're already fast, and I feel like you should make another Pokemon, just my opinion by the way, you should make another Pokemon with a Scarf outspeed Pokemon like this, that don't need a Scarf. Because, I mean, you've got this whopping 130 speed, you outspeed like everything bar like Mega Evolved, Sceptile and Beedrill and stuff. And you speed tie with friggin' Aerodactyl and Crobat and all kinds of stuff. And you don't even need to worry about this because they're in the tier above, so, you know, you're already one of the fastest Pokemon in the tier, like, you don't need to... You're one of the fastest Pokemon in the meta, so in my opinion, I don't really think you need to run Scarf. Specs is quite interesting because you can just blow stuff up, and you're fast as hell, and you can just blast stuff, so it's pretty cool. Electric types with the Specs, interesting, it's really cool. But I like Life Orb because I like changing my moves. I like being able to change my moves and just whack stuff on the fly, get out of there, in and out zippy, you know, and do some decent damage with a big powerful Thunderbolt. It's cool, you know? And the walls in this tier, let's see, what are we looking at? I mean, there's like a Alomomola, so Alomomola will not, my Alomomola certainly would not appreciate taking hits like that. Honestly, nobody really does. Of course, Gastrodon is like, but Gastrodon is like that to everyone, honestly. Pervy Slug, love it. And yeah, it destroys Slowking, just destroys so many things, so I don't like locking myself into HP Ice or something stupid, so yeah, that's my take on it. So yeah, we're gonna have Volt Switch because Turn is beautiful. Having Turn is amazing. Being able to get Switch Initiative is beautiful, cannot be overstated, it's amazing. So we're gonna have Volt Switch and Thunderbolt because we want to be able to whack stuff. As I was saying, like, I mean, okay, so looking at these guys, they don't really... I don't feel like this lot, these three sweepers in particular, I don't feel like this lot can sit there and just take hits forever, so we need to have them blow stuff up. These guys need to blow shit up, and this thing needs to be able to soak it all, in my opinion. I mean, you could probably do something more clever with it, but I'm not that smart, so we're gonna go with Volt Switch T-Bolt. And I really like having Shadow Ball on Jolteon, because you hit stuff like Jellicent isn't safe, and a ground type isn't completely safe either, so you can go for a safe Shadow Ball which will hit Jellicent, which is a bulky common Pokemon in this tier, and you'll still hit the Glygars, you'll still hit the cheeky ground types that like to switch in on Jolteon, and they might still be trying to figure out what kind of item you have if you're at full health, so it's pretty useful, you know, it's pretty useful. Shadow Ball, brilliant, can't be overstated in my opinion. And now this one's kind of up to you really, but I like Hidden Power Ice on Jolteon. Like bulky grass types aren't, bulky water ground types aren't particularly cool for this team, and I think I'd have to rely on Alomomola to take them down, and that just sounds dumb, but like, it's true. So I could run Hidden Power Grass, but as I was looking, right? Okay, bear in mind I've already played a few matches with this team. It won't always go that way. But for the purpose of this, it is. Right, what's going on here then, yeah? So, oh wait, I'm in UU. Let's go down a bit more. Where is it? Where the hell is it? Oh, I'm in NU now. What the... Come on, brain. Let's catch up. Sceptile is in RU. Mega Sceptile is in RU, which is why I like Hidden Power Ice, because Sceptiles that don't have Protect, that like to kind of just stay in on you for whatever reason, or think that you're going to be real and go for a Volt Switch or whatever. I don't even know if that's real. I think that's more like Squeal. I bet some of you missed me drinking this. I bet you missed that familiar sight. Some of you give me grief for it. Shut up! Drink your own damn drinks and let me worry about my own teeth. Christ almighty. Anyway. No offense. Anyway, yeah, so Hidden Power Ice. We got that. And it's pretty ace. I'm just messing with you, by the way. Please don't be too sensitive. I'm just messing with you. Anyway, so yeah, we got the Hidden Power Ice because I just think it's cool, and plus it hits ground types, it hits, like, you know, all those things. I mean, it will hit the bulky water grounds for neutral damage as well, and they can't sit there and take hits forever, so. And Despair can poison Gastrodon, and so on and so forth. We can weaken them, so I just like Hidden Power Ice. I think it's brilliant. So yeah, it's pretty damn cool. So Jolteon is pretty much resolved. We've got the Life Orb and the Volt Absorb. Volt Absorb is the only ability you need because Quick Feet, why? Jolteon's already fast as hell. It's not really going to benefit from Quick Feet. Not when you can protect your Pokemon from electric attacks with Volt Absorb. And you protect Alomomola too and Omastar. But, you know, we'll get to Omastar as well in a second. So we have a Durant here, and it automatically gave me a Life Orb because the computer was wrong. When what we're gonna have is a wide lens, and I've banged on about the wide lens in every video. You won't have seen them all yet, I don't think, or maybe you have, and I've posted this in a certain order. Whatever, you may or may not have seen me or heard me bang on about this, but the wide lens, I'd pick that over Life Orb any day. Now that my eyes are open to the situation, but it does depend if you're running Hone Claws. So you've got this Hustle, right? It boosts your attack by 1.5. But the accuracy is down by 20%. And you got a beastly attack of 109, yeah? You got a great attack. Some people like to run Life Orb and Hone Claws because you get your accuracy up and then you can just sweep to all hell. But this is like... I don't like with this team in particular, and it's just my playstyle in general, I don't really like relying on an opening to then, you know, set up. And that probably makes me sound awfully daft because that's how a lot of people play. And it's a good way to play. But with this team, I just kind of wanted to be able to do damage all the time. I didn't want my opponent to get the chance to switch into so-and-so, you know, and me not be able to hit it. So I felt like I wanted the immediate pressure with these guys, so I thought wide lens, Hustle, we're gonna do some damage. I mean, you have the option of using Swarm or Truant. Truant, there is a point to that because Durant gets a move that I can't remember what it's called, but it basically means you put your ability onto the opponent, so you can give your opponent Truant, and it's such just like cruel. But that's not really my thing with this team anyway. We're a little bit serious, just a little bit serious. So with Durant, we're going to have Iron Head and X Scissor for stab, so we can stab people. And this is honestly completely up to you, this last move. Best options are like, well, I mean, we're going to explain why, because I'm not having Hone Claws. We're going to explain what the last move is. So we've got Crunch, potentially. There's like Shadow Claw, I guess. I don't really think that's necessary when you have Crunch. Superpower. You can even have T-Wave, honestly. Energy Ball. What the hell? What's Durant's special attack? Terrible, okay. It's not humor, that. That's dangerous, I can't think of that too much. Yeah, Stone Edge. You got great options. You really do. You've got really great options with this Pokemon. It's a beast. Those are just great coverage moves. It's amazing, really. It's really great. So, I mean, you can run Superpower if you want, but I didn't really want the attack drops. And plus we have Emboar, who can, like, you know, superpower way better than my poor little Durant can. Well, not poor little anything. So I decided to have Crunch, because it's just cool, you know, it's just sick as hell. So let's examine why Crunch is a good idea. I mean, it hits everything like pretty damn well, in my opinion. I don't know. Like it hits stuff like shit, like, you know, like Bronzong for like super effective damage. I know you have X-Scissor, but something else might be able to come in that can take your bug move better. I don't know, like, you know, I just like having Crunch. You got shit like Delphox that's super effective on that. You got Doublade, you got all that stuff. Also Jellicent as well. Jellicent is just so common in this tier, it's unbelievable. So I mean, I don't know, I just really like Crunch. Superpower is good too, but as I said, we've got this beast over here that can do stuff. Stone Edge is kind of okay, but I think you're gonna be doing a lot of damage with your Iron Heads. So if it's just damage that you're concerned about, Iron Head and X's are already going to be so powerful with Hustle that you probably don't need to worry. And I mean, there's Crunch and stuff, so I just like Crunch. Okay, it's just my fucking preference. Now this last move, Baton Pass. And I like this. I like this a lot because it means you can't be trapped. You can't be magnet pulled trapped by anything. Because you can Baton Pass the fuck out of there and switch into somebody else who doesn't care about an HP fire, you dig? So it's pretty cool. I mean, Baton Pass is also used, obviously, to pass on boosts, and Durant gets Swords Dance and Iron Defense and all that stuff, so Durant is a very useful Pokemon. I just think people need to open their eyes to how fucking monstrous and threatening this Pokemon is. I don't know if I had 4 in HP, I can't remember. But yeah, oh yeah, by the way, max HP, max attack. And I didn't have the 4 defense here. I actually had 4 in speed. This is to outspeed other base 65s. Just like, you know, I don't want to risk a damn speed tile with a fellow Emboar potentially. If we can just go, because people like running max HP on Emboar. I think tis what I've faced anyway. Might not be the status quo all the time, but it's what it is in my experience. So yeah, we do have the Baton Passing move, and I really like that. Also, you get a switch initiative as well. If you think your opponent is going to switch out, and you can't particularly whack them very hard with whatever moves you have, although Durant's always going to whack something hard in my opinion, you go for the Baton Pass and switch into somebody a little more suited for the situation. And between you and me, these two guys having turn is just hilarious. I think it's beautiful. Like Durant having turn, what the fuck? I think it's amazing. So yeah, wide lens as well to boost our accuracy, because I hate missing. And okay, so what I was saying, I probably went off topic and then back on topic. That's what's happened right now. Terribly sorry about that. But so with the wide lens, you get the accuracy boost. I have not missed a single hit with my Durant with the Hustle. I have not missed a single hit. Why? Because I have the wide lens. And I mean, there's still a chance of missing. There is. But it does help so much to have the wide lens. And you can have Life Orb. And certainly if you run Life Orb Hone Claws, if you're running Hone Claws, run Life Orb. Run Life Orb. But I do like Baton Pass, you see. So it is definitely up to you what you prefer to run on your dear little Durant. So definitely Hone Claws if Life Orb. If not, wide lens. But I like this because without Hone Claws, without the accuracy boost, you're gonna miss a lot. Yeah, it's like, you know, it's like 80% basically. It becomes 80% hit chance. And that ain't cool, right? So it ain't cool for me. So with the wide lens, you are gonna be able to get a chance to always do some damage. Well, maybe not necessarily always, but most of the time you're gonna be doing damage. I'd rather always hit for 90, 90, 90 than go 100, 0, 100, 0, because ultimately with all those 90s being together, you're going to do more damage than that. I don't know why I picked 90, it's just a good number, whatever. 100 seems more powerful, so I decided to pick that. So, which brings us to our next Pokemon, Omastar. And one thing I noticed about this team, we don't have any hazards, and I like hazards. We don't have a spinner, but we're just going to deal with that, I'm afraid. We're just going to have to deal with that. But I thought, yeah, let's just have hazards. So, what I'm doing with this is we're going to have a Suicide Lead Omastar. And it is what it says on the tin. You whack the Stealth Rock, you whack the Spikes, and then you just have Scald and probably Knock Off, I'd say. I mean, you can have Ice Beam if you want, because Omastar does get Ice Beam, and you can have Hydro Pump if you want to be a real, like, sweeping, you know, so-and-so. And even Ancient Power if you're that kind of person. But the point of this Pokemon is just to go in, chuck a bunch of hazards, and then die, probably. Pardon me, we have weak armor because we want to get whacked we want to be able to get two things. We want to at least get 2 things done. Omastar's speed is not good, so weak armor is great for it. So you can put out a hazard. Let's say first turn you get whacked, and your speed goes up. You can then outspeed the next turn and put up another hazard if that's what you want. Or you can run off and scald and knock off or switch out, whatever the hell you want to do. It's your life. You know what I mean? So yeah, we got that. We got all that stuff going on, and that's pretty damn sweet. Now I feel like I probably made a mistake with mine because I made mine max HP, and I don't really think that's the best idea. I think you're better off going with max special attack. Well, at least if you're gonna go with Scald and Ice Beam, or if you kind of want to use your Omastar slightly offensively, then go with special attack. My logic with going max HP was just to try and live as much as possible so I could get up as many hazards as possible. But I don't really know how sound that logic is. I'm not claiming that it's the best logic, but it's what I did. But I'm quite tempted to change it to max special attack. You know. But anyway, so that's pretty much the point of that. Focus Sash is obvious. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And, oh yeah, so of course the hazards are going to help with everybody else sweeping. It's so important, actually, in my opinion. I mean, I listened to somebody complaining about, oh, people are crazy about putting up their stealth rocks. Well, yeah, they are! Because that changes your 2-hit KO into a 1-hit KO, you know what I mean? Like, if you have just a bit of damage on something, that can guarantee some KOs here and there. You won't have to deal with a Pokemon living on like, you know, 8 HP or something, because, you know, with rocks and stuff. It's so helpful. That's why people get a mad boner about putting up rocks and hazards and stuff, because they're so useful. So, you know, I mean, you don't have to run them, they're just helpful. They just really are. So, we got Dragalge. And I did this because I have an adaptability Dragalge. And I was really happy to see this. I mean, I've used Dragalge in the past typically as a wall, like a special wall. But I really like the adaptability, modest vibe, and that's what I like. So I've got one of these as well. I've got a max HP, modest, full special attack, you know, adaptability Dragalge. And I was like, holy shit, we're gonna get to use this beast. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a nickname. Hey, let's give everybody a nickname. Bjork. You are called Sprite. Ignore the lack of capitalization. What are you called? You are called Clicker. You are called Cookie. Cookier. Whoa. And you're called Dragalge. But if I had the choice, I would name you Wasabi. It's because I have a Dragalge called Wakame, which is the seaweed, and Wasabi is like the hot sauce because it's like attacking. Makes sense in my head because it looks like seaweed. Wasabi doesn't look like wasabi, but whatever. So, with this thing, I just wanted it to really be able to blow holes in my opponent's team. So, we've got Sludge, Wave. I'd probably say you're probably better off running Sludge Bomb, just because you have a 30% chance to poison the target, and it's just an extra 5 damage with Sludge Wave anyway. I don't know why I've always run Sludge Wave. It just seems more exciting. You get it in your mind that it's sheer force instead, so you should probably just have Sludge Bomb. And it's a total toss-up between Dragon Pulse and Draco Meteor at this stage, but I wanted Draco Meteor because I wanted to blow stuff up. Adaptability Draco Meteor is no joke. You can just like slap something with it. Of course you're forced to switch out, but with this fat so-and-so being there to protect you from EQ, you're pretty much alright. You're pretty much alright, you know? So yeah, we've got that. And it's completely up to you what you have from this point onward. I had T-Bolt, I think, for some reason. Can't really fully remember why. Let's see. Oh, I had Hydro Pump, but you might want to run Skull just because missing stuff. I don't know. I chose to have Hydro Pump because, as I said, I just want to blow stuff up. I just want to whack really hard. And here it's pretty much a toss-up between Focus Blast and T-Bolt. I mean, you can have Shadow Ball, but I just think anything that you can hit with a Shadow Ball, you can bomb with a Draco Meteor, you know what I mean? So it's like... and fairies like... Fairies aren't going to really want to come in on you, because you're like adaptability poison type and stuff, so they're not going to appreciate that very much. So yeah, you can have like T-Bolt or Focus Blast. I'm just going to put T-Bolt because that's what I had. Sorry if the camera's jumping around, it's... yeah, it's over there. So, okay, so we got all this stuff. This is pretty much my team. The team that I ended up having. And yes, we are Assault Vest. This is because Dragalge's special defense is amazing. 1, 2, 3. And yeah, we don't really have a special wall, but that's just the way the cookie crumbled in this case. But with an Assault Vest, you can actually take hits from Mega Sceptile's Dragon Pulse. You can take a Mega Sceptile's Dragon Pulse, assuming you're at about 65% of your full health. You can actually take it and then kill it with a Sludge Bomb or Sludge Wave. The more you know. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, once Mega Sceptile is up and running, it's very hard to kill with this team. I mean, Clicker's got a good chance. If it misses the Focus Blast or doesn't have EQ or Hidden Power Fire, you're great. But if it does have those things or does any of those things, you're in a bad position. I'm kind of talking like you're going to use this team. You probably aren't, but I'm just explaining it because it's a team building video. Duh! So yeah, guys, that is my team. We've got a couple videos using it, or if I don't have them up already, we will have a couple of videos using it. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. I hope you love these guys just as much as I do, because I think they're really, really cool. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon, my friends. Bye-bye!